Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Tyler Gardner and I'm the current elections officer where I'll implement the annual student government elections, specifically for Associated Students Incorporated or ASI. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the different opportunities that ASI has for you and what that means directly for you. For a general breakdown of what we'll be discussing today, first we're going to talk about what ASI is in regards to how it's for students and by students. Then we'll transition and talk a little bit more about our 6 different programs in different departments, ending with our leadership opportunities, and ending talking a little bit more about elections, specifically in regards to our Cash for Clubs initiative. So, ASI. ASI, as mentioned, is going to be Associated Students Incorporated, and it is essentially going to be a student advocacy group that is located not only on our Sacramento State campus, but all other CSU campuses. We can see that our campus in particular, though, has services that range for student representation, as well as different activities, and even different services in life programs. For some more insight, though, we are a $13 million nonprofit located on our Sac State campus, and I want to talk to you a little bit more about our different programs and services, which we'll dive into right now as we're talking to these 6 unique opportunities available for you. Starting off, though, we can see that we have our accounting services and student shop. We have our aquatic center, our children's center, which provides child care essentially, Peak Adventures, which is more like our outdoors recreational stuff, a government office where you can find myself, as well as the rest of our board of directors, and lastly, we even have our student engagement and outreach office. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about each of those different programs in particular. Starting off, we have our accounting services and student shop, which is located on the 3rd floor of the University Union. This is going to be where you can buy most of your graduation gear, as this is where most people are attending. Additionally, we also have our products such as if you want to buy movie tickets, as well as if you need to make information regarding your club, or even if you needed to fax or have other notary services. We provide that for you, and this is where you can basically come and shop with us. They have hours ranging from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Even then, if you learn more about our IT department or even working with an HR, you can definitely stop by there and check them out and learn more about their different services that they do offer. Additionally, if you're looking at in regard to getting like movie tickets or stamps, they do sell that, and I personally use it for my movie tickets. We have it through Regal Cinema, which is a little bit downtown, I believe, and I believe tickets are ranging from $6 to $8 at the current market price. We also do have our aquatic center. Now, this isn't directly located on our Sacramento State campus. It is located a little bit more northeast off of Lake Natomas. They're generally open 7 days a week. However, I do recommend you check out their website because, say for example, if the weather is bad, they will be closed, unfortunately. But if you want to learn more about possibly doing group exercises, learning how to jet ski, kayak, or even jumping on one of our inflatable thingies, you can definitely check them out and go and check them out basically. Now, these do generally cost. However, we do have free rental days, not only for staff on Sacramento State, but for students as well. Now, this is not only for the fall semester, but also for the spring semester, I should note. We even have our children's center, and now this one is going to be open up Monday through Friday, starting very early, 7:30 all the way up to 6 p.m. There we do provide primarily child care services. We even do offer we also provide childcare at reduced rates, not only for students, but other faculty members as well. Additionally, they are currently accredited according to the National Association for Education of Young Children, and where they look at children ages 6 months all the way through kindergarten. Now, my roommate currently works there, and she really enjoys her job. So if you're looking for a career opportunity and you want to work with an early adolescents, definitely check out our children's center, as this is something that you most likely enjoy if you like children. Now, we also have our Peak Adventures, and this one does have our Challenge Center, which is located really close to Yosemite Hall. There you can do like rock climbing, zip lining, and learn other fun things, and they do also offer free days if you were to check that out. Additionally, we do have our bike rental shop, as well as want to learn more about camping gear and other accessibility access for that. Definitely check them out. They are located right by the University Union on the 1st floor, right by Starbucks basically, and you can learn more about like flat tires, chain insulation, and more. Additionally, they even offer outdoor clinics and other travel stuff. For example, I know that they are going to the Academy of Science and Exploratorium for 21 years of the event. Also, they do like camping trips in Yosemite, like the National Park in Yosemite. They travel there as pictured. You can definitely check them out on their social media and learn more about their different programs, or if you want to build a team exercise, you can do it with them as well. Now, our student engagement and outreach is broken up into 3 key areas. There, they host our food pantry, as well as our KSSC radio and Safe Rides program. Now, our food pantry is very different from that of the Basic Needs Resource Center, as ASI has their own services regarding food in particular. You can do that and go check them out. They have lockers, or you can even just go in person if they are currently open. Even then, they even do free grocery pop-ups. In the quad, you can go get like a bag of groceries, get some soup, meet your board of directors. They provide these types of services ultimately. Additionally, we even have our KSSC radio, where you can essentially host your own podcast, do your own DJ services, or if you just want to work in media ultimately, this would be a good opportunity for you to learn more about that. Now, our Safe Rides program is essentially allowing students to be reimbursed for Uber, Lyft, small check, and as long as you are submitting your receipts and credit card information, we will reimburse you up to $100. And this is not just for one ride or in particular, but if you were to submit multiple receipts, as long as it doesn't surpass that $100, you would need to get reimbursed and a check would be issued for that same amount, essentially. You can definitely check that out by heading on over to our ASI website, specifically under the Student Engagement and Outreach tab. You can learn more about the Safe Rides initiative and the cashback for that. Now, our government office, as mentioned, where you can find myself as well as the rest of our board of directors. Currently pictured are the people serving for our current year 2025 through 2026. There are some other folks who aren't pictured at the moment, but this is a vast majority of those who are currently representing you. We also do have our committees where you can learn more about that as well, and even our Office of Governmental Affairs, which looks at things on more of a national, state, and federal level of advocacy ultimately. There you can even learn more about your dollars of organization and club funding, or DOG funding as we like to call it, as you do get $800 for you to buy gear, purchase materials, and other things related to your club activity. We'll give you money to help support you with that, especially if it's a new club, and we'll just reimburse you for that once you submit the proper documentation, essentially. Now that I've talked about all of our 6 different programs, I want to end talking a little bit more about our specific leadership opportunities in regards to making real change here at Sacramento State. So our student government opportunities are centered in 3 key aspects. As mentioned, we have our Office of Governmental Affairs, where you can find myself and also our other members of civic engagement and advocacy opportunities. Additionally, if you want to do a committee versus internal or university-wide, I'll dive into that a little bit further. But you can look in regards to focusing on a specific key issue, such as scholarships, President's Office, or even just safety and sustainability. We'll cover that further down the line. Lastly, we can look at it in regards to the official student voice here at Sacramento State, or the board of directors and college representatives. There, they help you with decisions directly impacting all of students and ASI in particular. They even author and write resolutions and other pieces of legislation and help lead our committees of specific chairs. Lastly, as mentioned, they represent us on the local, state, and federal level in regards to advocacy. So as mentioned, I did talk about we have internal versus university-wide committees. For example, we have our scholarship essays, which students will submit essays for scholarships. You'll review those, grade those, and depending on where the students fall within your ranking, we'll then allocate the money to them, depending on where they are ranked, as mentioned. Additionally, we have like our Finance and Budget Committee, which looks at ASI finances as a whole. We are a $13 million nonprofit, so you'd help look at that in regards to decisions and other financial implications and physical impacts. Lastly, we have, for example, our university-wide committee, which works directly with Dr. Wood's executive team to ensure that we're having a very successful college experience and ultimately what that means for you. But definitely check out our website to get a full idea of the specific committees that you'd be interested in. But even if you aren't interested in a committee, we do also offer you a wide variety of opportunities, such as you can potentially volunteer with them, or even just decide to help build up your resume And even then, think about it in regards to which committee would be right for you is ultimately what you're most passionate about. For example, I have the Elections Complaint Committee, which is internal to ASI. You could work on that if you were interested in elections in particular, and just ensuring we have a fair and just system on our campus in particular. Additionally, think about it in regards to the level of commitment and capacity levels that you do have, as these do range in flexibility. For example, you can look at maybe just an hour a month versus several hours per week, pretty much in regards to what type of interest and involvement you'll have. But you can help build your resume, help create some real change on Sacramento State's campus, or even then just building up your leadership skills ultimately. If you want to learn more about our committees, check out our website, or you can even reach out to our Executive Vice President, our ASI EVP at csus.edu to gain some more information and to ask specific questions. But even if you are interested, definitely head on over to our ASI website, and under the Student Government tab, you click Committees, and then it'll be hyperlinked where in blue, where you can fill out the application as well as your grade authorization form, because we have to ensure that you are meeting the proper requirements if you are representing students at large. And so we want to make sure your house is in check before you help out check others. Lastly, I want to talk about our Cash for Clubs initiative as it regards to elections in particular. So on the ballot, which will occur, and the voting will occur sometime mid to late April, we'll see that students will be voting online and also in person for who will be representing them. As mentioned, we have our board of directors and college representatives, and these are all voted for by students and represent students as a whole. Now, we look at in regards to our executive officers, which are voted for by all students. We come down to our president and executive vice president, as well as our vice president of finance, vice president of university affairs, and vice president of academic affairs. Now, our current vice president of academic affairs, Jen Galanero, she looks at in regards to academic policies, working specifically with student academic senate, and faculty senate in regards to academic policies and how those all impact both faculty and students. Additionally, when we look at it into the university affairs, this works primarily with regard to our committees and ensuring that those are met in regards to having their proper representation and other aspects of our university as a whole. Now, our Vice President of Finance looks at finances in particular, not only for our organization, but also for the university as well, and makes specific recommendations and meets with the Finance and Budget Committee to ensure that they are aware of the different things that are happening on campus and ensure that we have a democracy with these particular decisions that are impacting us, not only in this current moment, but for future moments as well. Now, our president and executive vice president, they essentially serve as the figureheads of ASI and the figurehead in regard to student representation ultimately, and they help ensure that the board is being held accountable in some regard, in most regards pretty much, and also ensuring that we have a student representation not only within the university-wide, but on a global and national stage as well. Now, in particular, we do also have college directors, and these are only voted for by students within a particular college. For example, I am a political science major, and that means that my current college director is falling in within social sciences and interdisciplinary studies, also known as SSIS, where Jonathan Poston currently serves as my college director. Additionally, though, we have individuals who are studying within the Black Honors College who have a college director, or even if you don't have a college major, we do have a director for y'all, for the declared students, or even if you're in the graduate program, we do have a director for you. But please bear in mind that this is going to be voted for by students only particularly in regard to that particular college. And during voting, at the end of the ballot, there will be an opportunity for students to vote for a club or organization of their choosing. And with that vote, ASI will donate $5 to that organization. Now, this isn't money from your pocket, but from ASI's preset budget. With this $5, though, each vote will be going towards specific work. And depending on where they rank within the top 5, ASI will donate additional money on top of the money that's already been collected. To get you a better idea of what this means essentially, is that we see that the clubs will be ranked in alphabetical order, and then we'll be having an opportunity to vote. Depending on where they rank, we can see that these top 5 groups earn additional money. For example, the Sikh Student Association had 471 individuals vote for them in this past election. Now, that means that they had made $2,355 just by collecting these votes in particular. However, since they were the first group to reach such high numbers in the ranking itself, we threw in an additional $500, which means that within less than 48 hours, they were able to raise $2,855 for their organization in less than 48 hours. Now, I don't know any other initiative on campus or other fundraising opportunity that allows you to raise such high money, and we provide that for y'all. And if you want to know how they did it, they basically just followed a simple guideline. They submitted their club accounting form within our accounting services and student shop. Then they informed their students about their different, what they were doing pretty much. And they set a goal about how many votes they wanted and how they were going to market themselves to students. And just thought about hosting a polling station in particular. An in-person polling station where they just had a table, had a QR code, giving out flyers, candies, any other tangible items basically, and just encouraging students to vote for their club in particular, but also a candidate as well. Now this could be a candidate that they particularly endorse potentially. Each one is unique itself, and there would have to be specific forms filled out. But even then, they're primarily doing this on the voting days that are preset, which will be released on a further date, and they're promoting themselves and providing that specific type of material and hosting their election polling sites from pretty much 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on both voting days to encourage students at large, like yourself, to vote. Now, if you want to learn more ultimately about running for student government, definitely check out our ASI website under the Elections tab. There, we've conveniently broken it up down for y'all for before elections, during elections, and after elections. Now, elections happen in April, so bear that in mind when looking at the before, during, and after segment of elections ultimately. But we have our different elections tabs that you can go through. We even provide you with a voter booklet to get an idea of what voters should be looking for, in addition to a sample ballot of how individuals' names, slogans, and other affiliated information will be showing up for them in the website itself. Now, you can even talk to board members or come to the Office of Governmental Affairs and learn more about what we do and why you should be invested in what we do ultimately. And just talk to them more about why they decided to run, their campaigning strategy, or even if they enjoy doing their job ultimately. Just asking those types of questions would definitely propel you into being a more successful candidate and potentially even more successful within the role of ASI. But if you don't think necessarily that participating isn't for you, just bear in mind that we do also offer committee opportunities, or you can even just join a club or organization of your choosing. Now me, I work in ASI, but I also do speech and debate here on campus through an instructionally related activity where I'm currently team captain, and I've also served on our public relations internship. I'm covering the speech and debate team as well, and doing other clubs and other work on campus during my time here at Sacramento State. Additionally, you can consider working at ASI. We are currently hiring not only within our government office, but as mentioned, the Children's Center, Aquatic Center, Peak Adventures, all of the 6 different departments are currently hiring and are paying well. So definitely check them out because we would love to help you and join our team. We're flexible and you can definitely come and benefit from just working with us ultimately. Lastly, you can either volunteer, whether it be at the elections itself or volunteering with like a food pantry. And please, 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 please vote come the end of April for our student government elections. But in case you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out at asi-ogeo@csus.edu, or you can give us a call at 916-278-6784. Once again, that is 916-278-6784 to learn more details. And these are my office hours. If you ever want to stop by, ask a question, or just want to have a little chat, I'd be more than happy to talk to you all. But thank you again for joining us, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.